Oh, okay. But now it would turn it into his. Oh my god, wait, that's so cool.
Hey guys, welcome in. It's Kumi here. Hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to be reacting to episode 10 of Atelier, which is entitled A Promise in Silver. And oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot wait to dive into this episode because I am so curious what is going to happen between Qifrey and TARTAH. I am a little bit biased in favor of Qifrey just because I really like his dynamic with all of the girls, and I would be so sad if he turns out to be like a legit villain in this series. But at the same time, I also really like TARTAH. I know we haven't seen that much of TARTAH, but I really like him. So Qifrey, you better not touch a single hair on TARTAH's head. You better not mess with a single neuron in TARTAH's brain. Otherwise, we're going to have a very serious talk. Anyways, really quickly before we do get into it, as always, just a reminder, I do have Patreon. For just $5, you can get early access to the full uncut versions of these reactions, and it does also go a long way in terms of helping to support me as a creator. So if you're curious, go ahead and check out the link down below in the video description box. And with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on into the episode. Maybe we shouldn't ask this question. Maybe we just don't ask it. Oh, dude, the framing of this is like just so menacing. Qifrey? Qifrey? I swear to God. Oh, okay. Oh. I mean, oh my god, oh my gosh. Okay. The sparkles making a okay. Not the tone shift I was expecting, but yeah, that's right. She hasn't been sleeping very well because of the nightmares. Poor Coco. Aw, I feel so bad for poor Coco. She's so sweet. Yeah. I mean, fair enough. Like, obviously, she didn't wind up like this because Qifrey is working her to the bone, but I think absolutely she needs support from the adults in her life, which I mean, right now that is Qifrey and I guess Olrugio, because she's just a child and she's dealing with so much. You know, she's carrying so much guilt and so much desperation to save her mom, and that would be a heavy burden for anybody. But again, Coco's just a child, so... Oh, water spell? Oh, that's so cool. Dude, magic in this show is so pretty. Wow. I love the way they drew that. Aww. Yeah, that's true. And yeah, she probably feels like she's behind, like she needs to catch up to everybody. That's her. Yup. Yeah. Yep, let's discuss it another day. Or possibly maybe never. Okay, but your hat, your hat, okay. You dropped her hat, by the way. Yeah, it was. It absolutely was. That's actually pretty impressive that he picked up on that. TARTAH clocked it. For witches only. Wait. Does the pointed cap prove that you're a witch? Like, is that literally all you need? Because TARTAH's not a witch. Like, we learned in one of the previous episodes that he was told that he, like, can't be a witch because he has the silver wash eyes. So how did he get a hat? Like, can you just buy one? Like, does Grandpa give it to him? Like, are you allowed to just buy one and then, like, claim to be a witch? Not that I hold anything against TARTAH for that, if that's the case. I personally think he should be a witch because it seems like he wants to. And even though the silver wash eyes would be, like, somewhat of a handicap, I really don't think it would affect him that badly. So, but anyways, I'm just curious. You don't have to be so mean about it. Coco.
Oh, yeah, that's so nice. Yeah, magic's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, a fire? Oh. Oh. Well, I mean, Keyfree can do water magic, so that, yeah. So we could probably help with that, but... Oh, he doesn't want to leave Coco. Doesn't want to leave her alone. Hmm. And look at her, even now she's putting on a smile. But is that how she actually feels, you know? Even now she's smiling. One thing I was gonna say, I really love the way this show acknowledges sort of like quote unquote everyday magic, you know? Like there's magic, and then there's things like what Kiefer said in the beginning of the show where Coco, you know, drew the straight line and cut the cloth, and he was like, this is real magic right here. And then just now he acknowledged that the doctors are also amazing, you know, like they may not be able to do magic, but they are performing, you know, quote unquote magic in their own right. They're doing something incredible. And I really appreciate that there's an acknowledgement of that in this show. Yeah, yep. Yeah. She always tries to smile through it, but... I hope Keyfree can get that fire put out quickly and get back to Coco, so she doesn't have to be by herself. There it is! Right where we left you. Oh. Oh, she crying? And she's still trying to smile. Oh my gosh. Dang. They all left? Though couldn't like one of them have stayed behind in case Coco gets worse? Or you could stay with her? Aww. Okay. I hope they're labeled. Oh no. Actually though, ugh. Yeah, but... Oh, wow, what a line. People assume everyone sees the world the same way they do. Oh. Aww. Some people just can't do, things you can do. Aww. Oh, I really hope that TARTAH can achieve his dream someday. Aww. For everything silver. Yeah, that's gotta be so frustrating sometimes. Vapor bubble. The liquid from the medicine? Okay. 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 Yeah, if there's only one that's a powder. Aww, he's so sweet. I love him. Pungent ones. And look at how Look at how much he's learned to, like, use his senses, though. Oh, is it, like, between a couple of... Oh... 3. Hmm. Was Coco well enough to see the colors and tell him which one, maybe? Mm. Aw. Aw. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, wait, this is probably perfect for her. It's kind of like thick, kind of like what she's used to. Probably thicker and heavier. I wonder what she's drawing, though, huh? Is she trying to draw a spell to make Tarta happy? Help us both? Oh. Is it just something to make them happy? Huh. Oh, I'm so curious what she's gonna... Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. But now it would turn it into his... Oh my god, wait, that's so cool. Oh, wait, oh my god. Coco is so smart, dude. Oh my gosh, Coco is so smart. So smart. Aww. It might be good enough, though. Oh. Oh, that's smart, yeah. Dude. Oh my gosh, Tarta would be a great spellcaster. Aww. Your magic, yup, your spell. Yeah, give it a try. Like, see, you don't need to see colors to be able to do this. He could totally be a witch if he wants to be a witch. Oh? This is your freaking moment, Tarta. Let's get it. Oh my gosh. Come on, please work, please work. Oh. Yes? Oh, nice. Is that the one that we needed? Is that what we're looking for? Oh, wait, that's so cool. Wow. You did. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of him. Oh, she's so cute. I love her so much. Aww. He's so happy. I'm so happy for him. And now we can just keep using that. Now we can just keep using that to find the right one. Oh. Wow. And he knows so much, like he's so knowledgeable. Yup. Oh. I mean, this could be like his key, you know? Yeah. Yeah, but he already knows so much, yeah. Aww. Aww. Nice. He's helping. Hmm. Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, did they really just all leave? Hmm. That he knew what he was doing. Actually, we want to be a witch. Aww. Yes, we are. We're gonna freaking do it. Hey. I was gonna say, it's probably not that simple. Yep. Okay, nice. Thank you. Gotta get back to Coco. Mm-hmm. Yep. Dang. Wow, yeah. Oh, that's so sweet that he stayed with her. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, she looks much better. Mm. The guard's like, oops, I may have done effed up. Oh. Mm. Oh, well, okay. Interesting. Maybe I imagine. Oh my god, brother, he's being gaslit right now. Oh, Qifrey looks kind of serious, though. Mm. Oh, that's so cool that you, like, press it into place to make the boat. That's so cool. I love the world building in this series and all of the different applications of magic and the— oh, I see that blush. I see you blushing. Like, how smart that you push it into place. Wow. Hmm. Oh. A pen for— oh, that's so sweet. My own magic to cross this river. Let's go. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. Oh, don't fall in. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god. I love them. What a couple of absolute cuties. She's amazing. Aww. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She is really amazing. Aww. That's really sweet. Oh my gosh. This is such a wholesome episode. Oh my goodness. Wow. Leaping spells are considered forbidden. Yeah, that makes sense. Probably like a spell cast on the body. Necessity is a mother of invention. It's true. Hmm. Aww. I found a ray of hope. Yeah, that was really smart of her. Forbidden spells must be the same way. Oh. Oh, maybe you can reverse the spell. Oh, wait, that makes so much sense. Yeah. Aww. They're all there. Aww. Agate's relieved too. Didn't work out for her. Yeah, she doesn't want your gifts, bro. Can you not? Oh. Oh. Take further action. Oh no. Be going next. Embodiment of forbidden magic? Oh! Oh god. Protection during. Oh no. That is when we. Oh no. Oh, that's so cute with Coco and Agate, but oh no! The test and serpent. What, and we're ants in a freaking cave? Oh man. Oh, that's so not good. That is so not good. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's talk about this episode because this episode was so good. So good. Every episode of Witch Hat Atelier has been incredible so far. But anyways, let's discuss it. I'm putting on the glasses because I feel like there's a lot that I have to talk about. So first things first is, this whole section. So yeah, he might know something about the light, and then once again, it's kind of picking up where it left off last episode, and we can see, yeah, this is a very ominous stare that he's giving him. Like the way, just the lighting, the way that his eye is obscured here, and we can see how serious he looks. The way the shadows are drawn. Like right here, I mean, it's very menacing. It's got like a very threatening aura with Qifrey's shadow kind of like hunched over TARTAH. And I feel like Qifrey's response was sort of maybe sort of like trying to get TARTAH to not ask the question, trying to change the subject almost, because all of a sudden he's like, well, that's fantastic, And I feel like he's hoping maybe that TARTAH won't ask about it if he responds like this. And it does work in the moments. And I think Qifrey's, again, hoping that TARTAH won't bring it back up. But TARTAH does bring it back up. And Qifrey does not look happy about the fact, at the end that TARTAH brings it back up. So I'm still curious if Qifrey's going to do anything to TARTAH. But one other thing that I wanted to mention, also, this is like also sort of in the beginning, is what Qifrey says here. You seem to be an observant person. And I feel like, we've seen that in past episodes, like, for example, when TARTAH noticed that Coco's leg was injured, but I feel like we see it so much more in this episode, and I feel like we can understand through this episode why TARTAH is so observant. It's because he has to be. He's learned to use like all of his senses in order to be able to do his job and identify things. He's learned to like smell things. What's the texture? What's it supposed to, look like? Even though he can't see the colors, what's it supposed to look like? Is it a powder? Is it a liquid? Like, what does the silhouette of this look like? He could identify so many things just by seeing the silhouette of them. So it makes complete sense that he is such an observant person. Like, he's probably learned to become an observant person to compensate for his silverwash eye condition. So this makes complete sense. And I appreciate that this episode like kind of gives us better insight into like why he is such an observant person, which unfortunately that's a problem for Qifrey. The fact that TARTAH picks up on so much and notices so many things. So this exchange, really interesting. Very curious if this is going to create some sort of conflict between TARTAH and Qifrey in the future. I also just want to say, like, okay, this is exactly why I really don't want Qifrey to become like a full-on villain in the story. Like right now he's kind of morally gray. Like he's done some things that are bad, that are like pretty not good, but at the same time, he doesn't seem like he necessarily is an evil person, Like, I just really hope he's not gonna become like an actual villain, because these are the moments where I'm like, I just love Qifrey's dynamic with the girls, and like, he just seems so sweet to them, Like, and like, Like, he didn't have to do this. He didn't have to do this for Coco. So, like, he clearly cares about her. Like, he's trying to make her more comfortable here. And, oh, I love how beautiful magic is in this show. Like, it's so pretty the way it creates this kind of like infinity shape. So gorgeous. And you can instantly see that it kind of like makes her feel a bit better. Like the tint on her cheeks kind of goes away. So again, I feel like Qifrey definitely does like very legitimately care about the girls. I don't think that he sees Coco as only a means to an end, because like I said, he didn't have to like try to make her more comfortable. Like if he really doesn't care about her and only sees her as a means to an end and only sees her as like a tool to get to the brimmed caps, then I don't think he would be this kind and caring. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Like I really hope that Qifrey and the girls don't become like enemies one day, because that would make me really sad, because I really appreciate these like sweet kind of wholesome moments between them, and I don't want that to go away. But anyways, yeah, this was a sweet moment, and I like that Qifrey acknowledges like, yeah, I need to do better. I need to do better for Coco. Like I didn't even notice that she's been pushing herself as much as she has. I didn't notice that she hadn't been sleeping. At the end of the day, Coco is a child going through a very hard time, and she needs emotional support to help her through that, you know? And then once again, I just appreciate the fact that the doctors are acknowledged in this scene. Like, yeah, magic is so amazing, but you're amazing too. Like, we're not the only amazing ones. Humanity is also incredible and amazing in what they're capable of. And I just think that's like a really nice sentiment. I also want to touch on this scene because we've seen kind of like similar reactions in the past, you know, like with Custis, where it feels like people just see witches as salvation. You know, like that framing in the Custis episodes where you see like Agate standing there, and it's like Custis's dad is just like begging her, you know, like clinging to her like she is the only salvation. And I feel like that's probably one of the difficult things about being a witch, is that people expect you to fix everything, you know? And it seems like if you can't fix it, then people become quite upset and sometimes even a little bit aggressive. Like Custis's father was like, what do you mean you can't heal him? You know, like, you're a witch, you're supposed to be able to fix it. Like, that's what you're here for. It seems like one of the unfortunate parts is that witches, I feel like they're kind of not seen as human by fellow humans, interestingly enough. They're sort of seen as tools to be used to fix things, you know? It doesn't matter what problem you have right now. We have this problem and you need to go fix it. I don't care if one of your girls is sick. That's too bad. This is happening. You need to go fix it. Which, I mean, I do understand, you know, like it's a fire. It's like an emergency situation. But again, there's like no consideration for the individual. You know, there's no like empathetic approach. There's no nothing. Which again, I'm not like necessarily blaming them. Like again, I get it's like an emergent situation and there's no time to really be empathetic. But all I'm saying is I think that witches are often not shown a lot of humanity, you know, that they are kind of treated like tools, you know, like you need to get here, you need to fix this. Like we need to do this right now. And I mean again, I get it. Like people are drunk, they're in, like you know, I understand. I'm just saying, like, it's unfortunate. Yeah. And I mean, he's even like pulling him up, like, we need to go right now. Like, you help people, right? Like, let's go. But Qifrey just really doesn't want to leave Coco, which is, I mean, again, like, I mean, Qifrey cares a lot about her, it feels like. And so sad to see Coco like putting on a smile here, like trying to be brave. Like, oh, she's just like such a good-natured person. But I feel bad that she tries to smile through all of these things when she's struggling or when she's actually afraid, you know? But yeah, I don't think that it was like wrong of Qifrey to leave her here or anything. You know, I think it was important for him to help because, like, at the end of the day, I mean, he's really good with water magic. So, you know, I think like helping with the fire is probably the right thing to do, but doesn't negate the fact that it's really unfortunate that people just see witches as like a quick fix for like every single problem that they could potentially encounter. And then, oh my gosh, this entire sequence was so, so good. Like, I love literally everything about it. Also, one other thing that I really appreciate about this episode is just being able to see the world through TARTAH's perspective. You know, like there's a few instances in this episode where we get to see what TARTAH is seeing. And I love that because I think it helps us really understand like why this condition is probably so frustrating for him sometimes. Like, I mean, I think this is a good example where the medicines aren't labeled. And when we see it from TARTAH's perspective, it's like, yeah, I can understand where that would be frustrating because you can't tell what's what because you can't see the colors. It's just like, ugh, you know? Like, again, I appreciate that we get to see this from his perspective because, yeah, I mean, what the heck? How are you supposed to figure that out? But even this is like, once again, kind of just emphasizes the fact that TARTAH's observant. You know, he's already noticing, like, okay, some are darker than others. And I love this line that he says, like, people assume everyone sees the world the same way they do. What a line. Because yeah, I think oftentimes people absolutely do assume that everyone sees the world the same way they do. Like, I think that a lot of times people don't even consider that someone might see the world differently or that the world might look different to someone else. And I'm sure that TARTAH especially has probably experienced that a lot, you know? This was also really interesting, you know, once again, I appreciate his perspective where everything is silver. You won't be able to use complex spells with magic dyes. But like, I mean, I've said this before, but I feel like, I mean, you know, like the silver wash eyes, they're a bit of a handicap, but I absolutely don't think it's to the extent where he couldn't still be a witch. And this actually kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Agate flashback that we got where it's like there's all these people surrounding him saying things, getting in his head and making him feel a certain type of way. Although in his case, I feel like it's kind of the opposite of Agate. Like, whereas people said, oh, Agate's like so average, she doesn't have any of the talent, you know, even though she's her daughter. Like in Agate's case, it made her go like, well, fine, I'm gonna work so hard and I'm gonna show you guys that like I am talented and that I can do it. But in TARTAH's case, it just kind of crushed his dreams. It made him feel like, yeah, I guess I really can't pursue my dreams in the way that I wanted to. And the fact that the witch hat is like on the floor here, you know, like you're never gonna be this. Like, here's a freaking witch hat for you, but you're never gonna be a witch. Just laying on the ground. And I'm curious, like, who is this? Is this like his father, maybe? Because I mean, he lives with his like Noah's his grandfather, right? So is this his father? Like, did his parents reject him because of this condition? I'm curious about that. And I'm also, this line is also really interesting because I feel like this has been drilled into TARTAH's head to the point where he absolutely believes it, because I'm pretty sure he said this in one of the previous episodes. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what he said in the episode where, you know, the jars all fell off the shelves and Coco's like trying to help him. I'm pretty sure he said exactly this, like, there are things that some people just can't do. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to double check it in a second, but and then, yeah, I think that this is also, you know, like kind of been ingrained into him. Just stick with the things you can do. Don't even bother trying. It's not worth it. Just stick with what you can do. Don't bother taking any risks or trying to pursue dreams or any of that BS. Just do the things that you can do. And so that's what TARTAH believes. Like, that's how TARTAH has grown up thinking. And yeah, okay, so back in episode 8, this is exactly what he says. There are things that some people just can't do. So he echoes those exact words in this episode, which is really sad. But anyways, back to this episode. I also really like this line. Like, I can't even see a way forward, because I think after this whole exchange with Coco, he finally can see a way forward. So that's really nice. And I also just think this is a very well thought out line, because obviously like he has a condition that affects his eyes, you know, like in this world of silver, I can't see a way forward. Like even though he can, like literally he can see, because of his condition, he feels like the path forward is obscured, you know, he can't see even though he can see, you know. I also just appreciate how intelligent and innovative so many characters in this show are. Like, that is so smart of TARTAH to think of using the vapor bubble to extract the liquid from the vials so that he can see the individual, like the components that it's made out of. Like, this is so smart. I love the way that magic is applied in this show, you know? Like, not only is the magic system really, really cool, but the way that it's used, the way that it's applied to things is, it's brilliant. Like every single time I see a new application of it, I'm like, that's so smart. And yeah, this is so smart of him. Like I can't believe he thought of this. And he looks so cool here too. I'm just saying, that's such a cool shot of him. Yeah, and it's so smart. And like, once again, like he has so much knowledge. I actually think he would be such a great witch because he has so much knowledge of this stuff, you know? I just have to look for a powder. And I mean, even here, like, as I mentioned kind of in the beginning of the episode, like he really is observant, but in more ways than one. Like, not just observant in terms of like what's going on around him visually, but also in terms of things like this. He's learned to use his other senses. Like, you know, it doesn't have a distinct smell, so I can rule out the pungent ones. And then, you know, I mean, that's pretty good. Like the fact that he was able to deduce that, okay, it's one of these three is really impressive, given that he can't see the colors of anything. And I also want to point out this hat. We'll come back to it, but there's something that happens with this hat on the floor that's really freaking cool. That's really freaking cool. We'll get to it though. It hasn't happened yet. We'll get to it. I also really like the focus here on her taking the pen from TARTAH, because it's like he is giving her the pen, which is a tool to create magic, and in return, it's like she gives him a way forward. Kind of feels like this transfer of magic between them, which is really cool. And I also feel like this pen is so good for her. I feel like she needs something like this, you know, because she is used to drawing with like a thick stone, and this pen it's kind of like that, you know, it's stone-like and it's really thick. I feel like something like this would be a really good fit for her. But anyways, I was also gonna say, I really love that, like, once again in this scene we see how observant TARTAH is. Like, he notices like the tiniest little shiver, and this sweetheart like puts a blanket around her and also just checks to make sure that she's okay, you know? Like, TARTAH's such a gem. He's such an absolute gem. And I love this part right here too. It's a spell that will help us both, and it's kind of true in multiple ways, you know? Like, not only does it help TARTAH identify, you know, like the correct medicine, but it also helps him find a path forward, you know? Like, this spell literally opens up a whole new world for him. It gives him hope that maybe he actually can be a witch, you know? Like, everyone has told him, no, you can't do this. Stick to the things that you can do. There are some things that people just can't do, and, you know, magic is one of them for you. But Coco gives him the opportunity to do magic. And now I think TARTAH feels like he maybe can pursue this dream of his. So this spell winds up helping in more ways than one, which is really cool. And once again, I just love the fact that Coco is able to apply so many of the things that she's learned in order to come up with creative ideas to solve problems. Like, legit, Coco's like a freaking genius, dude. She's so intelligent and innovative. The fact that she thought of this is like, I'm so impressed by her. I drew the signs of crushing in the inverse of their usual position. Like, that's so smart. So it's usually like this. She drew them in the inverse because she figured, oh, if I draw them inversely, then it should do the opposite of what this one does. Like what? She's so smart. So now we're gonna turn power things into a solid. Like, oh, genius. Oh, brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. And I love that they basically collaborated on a spell, you know? Like Coco kind of taught him the basis. And I love that. Tartah's also really smart. The fact that he was able to look at this and be like, well, this seems like it would be good for maybe something 2D, but a vial is 3-dimensional and it has mass and volume. So, in conclusion, like the fact that he's able to reach this conclusion is so smart. Like, I think similar to Coco, he's innovative, he's creative, he's intelligent, he's good at applying what he's learned, which once again makes me feel like he would be a great witch, you know? Seeing the balance in things, like I feel like he has so much relevant, applicable experience that would make him so good. Like he has a different perspective on things, a unique perspective. Yeah, like the fact that he thinks about drawing it on the sides. Yeah, because a 3-dimensional object needs to be shaped from all angles. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Losing information. So smart. So freaking smart. And I also love what Coco says to him here. If you adjust the spell in a way that makes it work, it's your spell, Tartah. And for someone who's, I think, always wanted to be a witch, like that must feel incredible to have someone be like, that's your spell. And then, okay, so now he's drawing the sigil, and we'll talk about the hat now. But also so cool how he checks for the balance of it. But what you'll notice is this hat that was shrouded in darkness, slowly the moonlight is starting to wash over it. And I take this to mean Tartah is finally starting to see a way forward. You know, he's finally starting to have hope that maybe he can be a witch, because it's what does this cap represent? The cap represents being a witch, you know? And it was in darkness, and now it's starting to become illuminated, you know? Which I think is such a cool detail. I love the focus on the hat. That's so cool. And then, oh, this is so cool. And the fact that it works, oh my gosh, it must feel so good for him to have drawn a sigil that works. Oh, I'm so happy for him that this worked. And this spell that he's created has also unlocked so much potential for him, because now he can tell what things are. He can use this spell to tell what things are, because he knows so much about what things are by just looking at the silhouette. And I love how beautiful and sparkly it looks through his eyes, you know, even though he can't see the colors. It's that same, kind of reminds me of that same childlike wonder that Coco had when she first, you know, did her magic spell in her bedroom. And going back to the hat, you'll notice that right after he says it'll be my key to finding it, right after the spell works and he's, you know, jazzed up about it, you'll notice that the hat is now fully illuminated. It's no longer in the dark, so that's a very, very nice detail. There's hope for us to become a witch now, and Coco has given him that hope. And I also just absolutely love this scene, because once again, it just demonstrates how knowledgeable Tartah is. Every single thing, he's Milliflower, Sea Briar, Sleeping Willow, Drizzle Beehive, you know, he knows what everything is just by the shape of it. Yup. We don't need to be able to see colors, baby. We can just use this spell and we'll know what's what. We can be a freaking witch. Let's go. Let's go. And I love the fact that he's so happy that tears spring to his eyes. Finally, he can maybe start taking the first steps to accomplish his dreams, you know? It kind of feels oh my God, can I really actually do this, you know? And it's interesting because I feel he's so similar to Coco in that way. Both of them are people who thought they could never be witches, and yet here they are, you know? Coco's a witch, and then now Tarta has hope that maybe he can be one too. And I also like how she says, is there any interest in becoming a doctor? And Tarta's like, actually, I would like to be a witch, you know? Not yet, but we will be. We will be. She's so cute. Look at her little smile. Tarta's right. She is amazing. My girl Coco is absolutely incredible. I just love her so much. Every episode, I love her more. She's my precious baby bean. And this is another scene that I feel like is really interesting because it emphasizes kind of what I mentioned earlier, where it's like witches are sort of just seen as tools. Like, you have to fix it, you know? Like, oh no, your job's not done yet. Like, you gotta fix this. He's like, no, you're not going anywhere. Like, zero consideration for Qifrey as a person who's like worried about his daughter. Obviously, Coco's not his literal daughter, but I feel like they're like kind of his daughters in a way, like all of his apprentices, you know? But yeah, it's like he's worried about Coco. Like, he's dealt with the emergency. It's not like these humans are incapable of cleaning up themselves, but it's like, nope, sorry. You can't do that because you need to clean it up. You need to fix it. And they have this impression that like everything that witches do is presto, easy, boom, it's all done. So why would we bother doing anything when you guys can just fix it for us, you know? Like, obviously magic's great, but I think it's unfortunate that so many people just like see it as a quick fix for every single problem, you know? It's not how it works. Like, it's actually so much work, you know, to learn how to do magic in the first place, you know? It's so much practicing, it's so much time, so many hours spent dedicated to learning how to draw the sigils properly and like learning how to apply things properly. And I mean, even learning how to draw things, because they said like when you're around people, like you have to draw like discreetly, you know, so you even have to learn how to draw without looking at it. Like, that's gotta take hella practice. I can't imagine drawing something as complicated as a sigil, like without being able to see what you're drawing. But yeah, people don't understand that it's not that easy. So yeah, I'm not like necessarily blaming the people, you know, they're ignorant to the intricacies of magic. I'm just saying it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that there isn't like a lot of humanity or empathy given to witches. And I like Qifrey's kind of inner dialogue here where he's like, it's really not that simple or easy. If it were, we wouldn't have to worry or suffer as we do. Very interesting line. I'm curious to like unpack that a bit more. I don't know if he means like suffering just in the sense that, like I said, they're kind of treated like tools, or if there's more to that. But it's a very interesting line by Qifrey. And I mean, I guess it also applies to Coco's situation, you know, where it's like, it's not as easy as just snapping your fingers and your mom's fixed, you know? And Coco's also been suffering all this time. So I guess that's like another aspect of it. But it's also so sweet that Tarta stayed with her. Like, oh my gosh, I love these two. Absolute cuties. And this whole exchange was also very interesting. I wanted to ask about that flash of light I saw. And then they just gaslight my boy into thinking that he imagined it. He's like, maybe it was all in my head. But the thing is, if he talks to Coco about it, I mean, Coco saw it too. So like, surely he's gonna realize that it's not actually his imagination. But I'm really wondering, like, if Qifrey's gonna, like, do anything to Tarta. Like, if Tarta asks about it again, or, like, talks to Coco about it, or starts, like, looking into it at all. I really wonder, like, what's gonna happen with Qifrey, because Qifrey is very clearly not happy that Tarta asks this question. And I mean, Tarta even says, like, I'll have to look into that again on my own. So the issue has not been laid to rest for Tarta. My boy will actually not be gaslit into thinking that he imagined it. And if he does start looking into it, how's Qifrey gonna respond? Because, I mean, look at him. He is not happy, you know? Like, he is not happy that Tarta asked about that. And then I also love this part. This is so cool. how we see him like step towards Coco and then we see the bird. It's kind of like he's about to take flight, you know? Like he finally feels like he can fly and he's taking the first steps towards that. And this ending scene is also very interesting, but I like this. I found a ray of hope because, you know, TARTAH did too. Like they both found rays of hope in different ways. Drawing the signs backwards inverts their effect. Forbidden smells must be the same way, which, oh, this is so fascinating. Like the fact that she has figured this out. You know, Coco is so creative and so innovative that I can see where she might be tempted towards the direction of a forbidden spell. Like I don't know if like I don't know how this would work. Like, would it be forbidden for her to reverse the forbidden spell? Like, I wouldn't think so, but if it is forbidden, then like, can we save our mom without forbidden magic, you know? If I draw inverse signs of the seal in that book, maybe I can reverse the spell that turned my mom to stone too, because she doesn't say this out loud to qifrey, she's just thinking it. So, I wonder if, like, drawing the spell, but with the reverse is considered forbidden. I would think probably, maybe, but I don't know. But it's going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out. I'm super curious about that. This also, I just want to touch on this scene because, this was fascinating. As an embodiment of forbidden magic, and boy, are they an embodiment of forbidden magic. They don't even have a freaking body. They're like invisible, I guess. I don't know if they're like invisible or if they just straight up don't have a body, but like, boy, this is fascinating. It actually kind of reminds me like a little bit of that scene in episode 2 where Coco is like standing there and there's like the plague mask behind her and like the octopus tentacles. It kind of has like a similar vibe. Very ominous, very foreboding, and also kind of surprising. Like, I mean, obviously forbidden magic is forbidden magic and these, you know, brimmed caps dabble in forbidden magic, but for some reason I wasn't expecting one to just like straight up not have a body or be invisible like this. So that's kind of crazy to me, but yeah, wow, okay. And then I'm also really nervous for the next episode because they said that like the next episode sounds like it's gonna be a test and they're trying to like get to Coco when she's taking a test, so that I'm so nervous for Coco. But this was really sweet. It's sweet to see all of the girls, you know, so happy that she's back. And Agate, like, I feel like Coco's definitely grown on Agate. I feel like Coco has grown on her because look, she's got like a tiny little blush here, and she's kind of like being like a little bit of her tsundere self. But I feel like Coco has grown on her, and look at the little brush buddy. I didn't notice him at first, but yeah, this is really sweet. This is super sweet, and I like how excited Coco is to like see Agate. That was really sweet. But yeah, and then what's the next episode title? The Test in Serpent Back Cave. Like, okay, yeah, well, that's great. That's great. I'm nervous for that. I'm very nervous for that. I really hope that Coco is gonna be okay. I'm stressed. It's gonna be kind of a stressful week waiting for next Monday to make sure that nothing happens to Coco because, my God. All right. Anyways, I think that's all I had to say about this episode. But my gosh, this series is so good. So good. I'm obsessed. I cannot wait for next Monday. And I'm really sad that it's only like 12, 13 episodes. I can't remember, but I remember I looked it up a little while ago and it said like as 12 or 13. So I wish we were getting more than that because this is so good. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the reaction. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.
Alrighty, and as always, it is time now for our legend tier shoutouts. So shout out to Abel Dark Rider, Savior of Nern, Gabriel Weiss, Ramune Ram, and Ryan. Thank you all so much for being absolute freaking legends. I do appreciate it. And on to the rest of the shoutouts.